sunset and dusk until dawn. Every minute of every hour of every day. On the front line, it's key workers keeping our country moving, putting themselves at risk to keep others safe, for the vulnerable, for the sick, for the young and the old. We rise to the challenge. We care, we protect, we help, we fix, we deliver for everyone. We will get through this, and it's thanks to our key workers. We're proud to represent heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. Key workers deserve recognition, protection and support. Get us on your side. Join us today.
Hi, good evening everybody. Bit nerve-wracking tonight because this is the first time that we've ever done it ourselves live. Steve Garlick's always done it for us in the behind the scenes. We're actually doing it ourselves live, and you'll also notice tonight that there's one of our normal panelists missing. Mick's not available tonight, so sadly you are going to be left with myself and Susie. So. Just for anybody joining us totally new, this is our national broadcast that we do right across the Courier network. It's just basically to answer some of your questions, to give you some of the latest updates. So, quick introductions. I'm Ed. I'm the chair of the National Committee, and I'm also the rep for Midlands and East Coast. And just like you all, I'm a courier. Over to you, Susie.
I'm Susie. I'm the Vice Chair of the National Committee. I'm the rep for the Northwestern Irish region, and I'm also a courier. Not quite as long-standing as Ed, but I am a courier.
Yeah, I've been a courier for now coming up 27 years. So, yeah, I've been around quite a while. So, this evening, we're going to try and keep it short and sweet tonight. We've got some news items for you. We just want to go through with some of the latest things that are happening that we think you all need to know about. And then basically for the rest of the evening, it's over to your questions. I'm hoping to finish about 7:30-ish, there or thereabouts. He'll hate me for saying this, but we haven't got Mick talking tonight, so.
Just you.
He's driving back from a meeting, so he couldn't be with us, so. Wishing him a safe journey. Okay, shall we sort of push on? We'll just have a quick rundown on the news items that we have. Some of the latest news. Okay, right. What we've been discussing with the company, and it will affect some of you, is the SE Plus deadline. Those of you who started being a courier in either 2017. 2018 and the first half of 2019, you now have a deadline to switch to SE Plus at the end of this month. Okay. Now, if you don't, what will be happening is you will no longer be a round holder. You will become a cover courier. Now, at the moment, it will take a manual person, CDM, to advertise your rounds. But your rounds will be advertised. And also you will not be automatically loaded to those rounds. Your CDM will have to do it manually for you. And the company are going to start to move to actually looking to stop CDMs loading those rounds to a permanent courier all the time. So it will become much harder to load each day. So if you were a courier who started giving service in 2017, 2018 or the first half of 2019, your deadline is the end of this month to switch to SE Plus. Okay, again, one of the big things that's raised its head almost continuously now, and we all know that the DUs are opening times are getting further and further back. We've got the poor guys down in Penzance who are sometimes not getting their parcels till 12, 1 o'clock. What I want to do, we tried to do it before. I'll be honest with you, we didn't have much response. What I'm hoping to do on Friday is we're going to do the opening times again. So what I want to do is, all I want from all of you is 3 pieces of information. I want your DU, the time it should open, and the time it did open. Okay? So then we as a national committee can go and make a challenge to the company and say, look, it's not working. We need some better structure in place. Very important. But again, I can only do that with I really want the mass evidence to go and say, look, out of 700 and something DUs, 600 opened late. It's not acceptable. Last time, I think I could have gone with 16. 16 out of 700 opened late. It doesn't give us a strong standpoint. So this Friday, we'll do exactly the same again. I want you to email either me or Susie. If you can't get through, or our mailbox doesn't have a problem, email your national rep, okay? So we then will collate all the information and look at where DUs are opening late. It may be it's specific to a particular depot that's not getting the wagons out on time. We can look at it. If that's the case, we will then put pressure on that area to find out what's happening, okay? So it's Friday, first thing Friday morning, name of your DU, time it should open, and time it did open, okay? Email it to either me, Susie, or your own national rep, okay? Dangerous items. Right, this has been raised, and better raised, okay? And I'll be honest with you, I've got to be honest, I don't think we've done this justice yet. Clients are one thing, and if we find dangerous items of clients that are not labelled correctly, gas canisters, leaking corrosive items, we can actually, and the company will go back and challenge the client and make sure that they either not sending it or it's packaged and labelled correctly. Okay. Now, sadly, we have actually now had a courier that's been injured by a dangerous item. It was a corrosive substance that leaked, and she got it on her hands. She is now having to attend the hospital for basically, from what I can gather, could be burns. And I'm certainly not medical, but certainly she got blisters, and now the skin is peeling off her hands. It is not acceptable. If you have any dangerous items, have any problem with any dangerous items, we need to know. We cannot challenge the company until we have the evidence. Once we have the evidence, you have my guarantee, we will absolutely be challenging the company on this. We cannot put our members or couriers at risk. And also, if you have a dangerous item that you are almost certain is a dangerous item, you send it back to the depot and they send it straight back out again in a blue bag. We also need to know that as well, because that is not dealing with dangerous items properly. They need to be taken away. And some depots now take them away and destroy them. It's as simple as that, okay? If your depot is not doing that correctly, or you're not dealing with it correctly and just saying, tough, you've got to take it, we need to know, okay? Because there are serious legal implications, certainly for the courier that's been injured by it now, and we're not letting this lie, okay? It's down to you. You get us the information, we will go and challenge it, and that's not just me and Susie, but that's all the other national reps. We will challenge this for you, because it's now ridiculous that we're having our members hurt by the fact that there was a leaking substance. She didn't even have a clue what it was till she actually got it to the customer and they told her. Absolutely disgraceful. Which I would, it wasn't labelled correctly, but it's actually, she now has. I think she's going to the hospital today. So please let us have the information and we will challenge it. So now, again, I've seen this through WhatsApp almost daily. I've been reading something today where the app has crashed. I was talking to Barry earlier on, our rep from Yorkshire, about a courier that had to deliver parcels without the app because it kept crashing his phone. We need to know your issues with the app, what it's doing, when it does it, as much information as you can give us. So we're looking at what the specific your problem was. It crashed, it locked out, it just kept downloading information, which I've seen happen today. We need that information. We need, if you can, what model of phone you're using and whether it's Android or Apple. When it does it, if you can. Is it just when you're scanning? Is it when you're out delivering? Then what we will do, I'm going to put, and I have started a spreadsheet, and we're going to have that ongoing with Connor. So because we need these problems sorted. Then if the company don't know, and I know we're putting them on WhatsApp, but sometimes putting them on WhatsApp, yeah, it's not seen by the company. I've picked various ones up, but I need to know specifically from you. It would also help to know where you are, because just looking today, there were certainly apps crashing, certainly in the Yorkshire region, but I didn't see it reported in other regions. So it may be just something to do with the server in that region. So again, if we can have all those details, we will absolutely take this to the company and get things sorted for you. And don't forget, it's in all our benefits to have an app that is working securely, working correctly, and not crashing. It's ridiculous. Talking of apps, now, right? Okay, I want to try and separate this out a little bit. This is not the delivery app. It is nothing to do with the delivery app that you scan parcels onto and deliver parcels to. Nothing whatsoever. What this is, it's a new courier app. Now, the new courier app is basically, to try and explain it very, very briefly, it's going to be the stuff that we have on call. We'd like to know what you would like on that courier app, right? And like I said, I reiterate, it is not, absolutely nothing to do with the delivery app. This is totally separate. So things like you'll be able to book your holidays through it. You will be able to see your performance on it, all your key performance indicators. You will be able to add parcels on it, like you do on Couriers Online. You will be able to view marketplace on it. Anything you can think or that you would like on this app, because it's brand new. So I don't want couriers coming saying, "Oh, well, I wish they'd put this on." Well, did you tell us? What you tell us goes direct to the company, and this is being built up from the ground up with what you want. Okay, this is absolutely down to you, right? I mean, we've obviously, me and Susie had a meeting, and I know Barry's talked to the young lady that's doing it, and they came up with certain things. We've added things to it, like being able to book holidays. We want all the performance indicators on, and all to be able to break down the full breakdown, like your ETAs and things. So but look, I'd rather an item be doubled up and that you tell us 30, 40, 50, 200 times than it get left out. Okay. So again, email your national rep, tell them what you want, tell them what you think the courier app should have on it, and let them know. Okay. We will then feed that back to the company. So hopefully it's designed with you in mind, because this is nothing else but an app for you. Okay. Not to deliver on, an app where you can manage working for Hermes, whether it's booking holidays, advertising on marketplace, looking at your KPIs, adding a parcel, whatever. The app is yours, okay? So we need your input, okay? Very briefly, podcasts. I've been promising these for a while. We now have set some time aside to do these. Now, the reason for that is I am looking at, and I'm getting emails from couriers who have problems booking holidays, have been wrongly advised by CDMs, all sorts of things. I've been told incorrect information about SE+. We will be putting some podcasts and some videos as well together. And we'll, as you've all guessed, we now have our own Facebook page that is just for Hermes Couriers. We'll be putting videos, podcasts, all sorts on there as well. And we'll also put them all on the WhatsApp groups as well. so you have the best information available, not just on aspects of your job, but even how to book a holiday, how do I put on marketplace, all those sorts of things, because they're there for new couriers, but some couriers who've been around a while have had problems because of the way that somebody has told them to book a holiday, and now we're having to sort problems out. It's not fair and it's not right, but if you have the information, you don't need to rely on a CDM or anybody else telling you incorrectly, which is exactly what's happened. So we are going to get on with those, and if there's any ideas, if you've got any ideas, or you would like any of us, me, Susie, and the other reps to put some podcasts together on a certain topic, please let us know, because one that we have at the moment, and I had a big request from, is what are the payments we all have and how are they worked out? So how is SOS paid? How is it worked out? ETAs, how are they worked out? How is ASP worked out? We're already going to do those sorts of things. If you have anything that you want more information on, or you think it would be good in a podcast or a video, let us know. We will try and get that done for you. Okay, and we'll start releasing them over the next week to a fortnight, so they're there ready for you. Okay, the big issue, right? Now it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue. Okay, can I just say, right from the very start, and Mick will, and Susie, and all the other reps will absolutely reflect what I'm about to tell you. We are not out to get anybody, okay? We are not out to get DUCs, okay? If we were, we wouldn't have warned them. We wouldn't be working with some of the DUCs, okay? We are not out to stop courier sorting, okay? Absolutely not, okay? What we want is the work that you do valued, okay? Because I think in some of the DUs where couriers have walked out and said we're not sorting anymore, we're paid, suddenly, yes, and I do get it, the DUs open a lot later, right? That will now be managed by Hermes, okay? We will not let that continue. We will be working with Hermes to make sure them DUs are managed, the times are open correctly. What we don't want is people working for free. It's as simple as that. Now, Mick's already told you, Mick's already said it openly on a broadcast like this. If you are a DUC, this is not your fault, okay? And I'm telling you that now because people have said, oh, Ed said it's the DUC's fault. Absolutely not, okay? This is not the fault of DUCs. You took some of these leases on and DUs years ago, right? Things have now changed, okay? To be really honest with you, one of the reasons it's changed, we now have MPs involved and are saying, actually, some of my constituents have said they're expected to work for free. Not acceptable, okay? It's not acceptable. And they are going to hold Hermes to account, very much so, these MPs. So, look, we are not out to get anybody. We want it fair for everybody. If you're a DUC and you're struggling, right, please, we absolutely beg you, seek some legal advice, okay? Right? If you are a member, then you are a member of one of the third biggest union. We can support you and we can give you some advice, okay? Go and speak to your local office, ring your local office, have a meeting with your local organizer and speak to them, tell them the situation. Under no circumstances are we blaming anybody, okay? It's a situation, I think, that's been created over years and it's become the norm, which it should never have been, but we never really had chance to stop it, okay? Right? It needs to be stopped now and it's going to be stopped. We do not want the UCs being made bankrupt, okay? Because that is really what could happen. It only takes some couriers or some authority to take action against a DUC and they will bankrupt you, okay? Please, we beg you, do not let it get to that situation, yeah? If you are a member, if you are DUC who's a member, the union is here to speak to you. Come and speak to us, okay? Do not sit in silence. Come and speak to us. If you're a courier that is being made to sort for free, it's not right and it's not fair, right? You are worth more than that, okay? Now, I put a post on Facebook on the diary page. I saw some of the people react against that post and say, I have every right to go and work for free. I'm volunteering. This is a paid job, right? Okay? This is a paid job. We're not having people volunteering for a paid job, okay? Somebody actually put a very good post on that post, a comment on that post. I would seriously implore everybody to go and read it, and I can't remember the name of the person who put it. They actually went through the fact that those jobs could actually be taken by people who are unemployed and want work. This is a paid job. It could be taken by anybody that wants a paid job, right? Not to volunteer for free, right? They are paid jobs. You as a courier deserve to be paid for doing exactly that, okay? No ifs, no buts. This is going to be stopped, okay? Hermes are now in possession of details from people who have come to us and said, I'm being forced to work. And let's just be very clear. Some out there, couriers, are being forced to work. They are not getting the chance to volunteer, okay? They are absolutely being made to work. And look, let's lay our cards on the table, okay? A courier who is told you either sort and you get an 8:30 slot, or you don't sort and you get a 12:30 slot, that is not volunteering. That's coercion, okay? Now, if you're one of them, please contact us, okay? Contact me or Susie or your national rep. And by the way, if you do so, that is absolutely 100% in confidence, okay? We will. I personally, as the chair of reps, will make a promise to you all now. Anybody that contacts us, nothing, whether it be your name, your courier number, and I'll be honest with you, even the amount of years you've worked may identify you, none of that will be revealed to the company or anybody else, right? There is a very, very close circle of people involved in this, okay, to protect you, the couriers, okay? If you are working for free and you want to speak up, please get in touch with us, okay? Because it is going to be stopped. It has to be stopped, okay? Because it's the MPs that they are now circling, and it's not just one MP. This is very serious, okay? This is people working for free. We don't work for free anymore. We have no intention of allowing anybody to work for free. And again, somebody said, well, okay, the reps are working for free. Actually, we do. We do some of it for free. But the GMB is not a business. It's a different organisation. So just let's be truthful. Yeah, that's not an excuse for people working for free. Okay. And by the way, when we are on meetings, our work is covered and we are paid for the work that we would have done. Okay. So that's very important. So let's get rid of that argument now. Okay. It is not the same. We do not want people working for free. But as I say, this is just a situation that's occurred, I think, over time, and it's become the norm that now has to change. And that's not saying the DUs have done it. It's not saying Hermes have done it. It's not saying the Couriers have done it. It's happened, okay? But it needs to be sorted, okay? And that's what we're looking to do, okay? I don't want to fall out with anybody. I don't want to upset anybody. We're there to support everybody as best we can, okay? Finally, because you must have heard enough of my voice, you want to say anything on this, Susie, or do you want me to?
The 2021 pay claim, as most people are probably aware, has been submitted to the company, to the company's hands. They have come back to us and they've let us know that they are looking into it, giving it their consideration, their utmost attention, and they will respond to us in due course. As and when we have something to come back to members with, we will do. Until then, it's in the hands of the company. That's about it, really.
Yep, it's a very complicated one this year. and we are asking for a lot. So we have to be patient. The company are working through it. I don't want anybody to think that it's been sidelined or delayed. It is with the company. They are working through it, and they will update us, and we will update you as we find out anything. I think that's all the news. Sorry, Susie.
There are actual stages that we have to follow with the pay claim.
Yeah.
Formal stages. So we've submitted it. We've requested certain information. Some information's come back. We then have to wait for the company to consider our points. They come back to us. So we're following the process.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to do. But this one is particularly, it's a lot deeper and more complicated than last year. And the company are having to go away and cost up and everything. But like I say, honestly, we will keep everybody up to date. So as soon as we hear back, we will let you all know. And I just noticed, because I think we'll move over to questions now, because this broadcast is for you as much as it is for me and Susie and Mick, who's not here tonight. So I've just noticed one question, and it just caught my eye, about the pay claim. Is the pay claim up on the notice? But I think it is, because I think Mick has actually typed it up now and put it on there, and I think he also put it on the WhatsApp groups just to let people know what was in the pay claim in a little more detail and all the items in the pay claim. So yes, I'm almost certain. I will check, and if anybody wants to come back to me, but I'm sure Mick put it on the notice board for everybody to have a look at.
Yeah. So questions. Just like to say, some of our other reps are on board. We've got Jason and Emma and Barry and Stephen, and one of our wonderful organisers, Stuart Perry's with us. So big hello to everybody. Yep.
It's over to you. So you throw your questions, and we'll try and answer them the best we can. It's important that we do that, and that's basically what we're here for. So over to you.
I'll go to the top then. I'll work my way down the questions for you.
Right.
So Belfast DU 77 never has an official opening time, means we may be waiting on lorries and not able to put in a late van request. How can this be rectified?
Right. Okay. Right. Well, the person who's just read it out is your national rep, by the way, and that's Susie. Send Susie the details, because the one thing that should be in place is an official opening time.
Yeah.
And part of the reason for that is you should also have time slots. Now, that's not just us being awkward. A lot of that is to do with the social distancing and make sure people are on time slots so there's not crowds in the DUs. So again, that should have an official opening time. If you let Susie know, she can take it up with the RDM, and the DM as well, to make sure that's rectified. At least then you will have an official time, and you can also look to see when you've got late van payments.
And on the back of this is the sort of thing we can actually take to our RDCF.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So the RDCF for Belfast is in 2 weeks' time, but obviously we tend to have one RDCF around the country each week. So something like this, send to us, and we can take them to the RDCF and get them rectified pretty quickly, usually.
Yep. I'm just going to pull one up. Okay, right. I think this is going to be a huge conversation over the coming week. The simple answer is, as yet, the company have not changed their procedures. Okay, those procedures remain in place because nothing is lifted yet. Okay, so everybody should be wearing masks in the DU. No ifs, no buts. Okay, we have had a courier. I've been informed today there's a courier being given an improvement notice for not wearing a mask. So please, those are still in place. Now, the company are in discussions as to what they're going to do once the restrictions are lifted. We have not had an official word from the company yet, so we can't actually say yes or no. Things will be changing. We don't know. Okay, we will, as soon as the company speak to us, let you all know officially. Okay. At the end of the day, whatever happens, we will always try, as we've done with the face masks and with the social distancing. We will absolutely have our members' safety first and foremost, because this is what it was all about. It wasn't, you wear a mask just because we think you should and we can force you to. It wasn't. It was all about keeping our members safe in the DU. Now, I will be absolutely honest, I have been absolutely shocked that the amount of couriers that have been taken out of action by track and trace and just contact. Okay, it's huge. I mean, I was speaking to one DM the other day, and there was 10 couriers out in the DU. You know, at the end of the day, I know, God willing, we are not going to be hospitalised because hopefully most of us are double jabbed now. Hopefully, and I really do pray to God we will not see a courier die. That is not absolutely certain, by the way. I would hope that we don't. But whatever happens, at the very minimum, if you get track and traced, you're out for 10 days isolation. You're not earning money. Okay, so we've got to remember that as well. Yeah, very important that we really do want our members to be absolutely safe when they go into DUs. Anything else, Susie?
Just on the back of Trish's question there, she's posted something else about her question was more about customers not touching her phone. And that's not changing as far as we're aware.
We will not be going back to signatures. Can I be honest with you? I don't think we'll ever see signatures again.
No.
Even long after COVID's finished. Because look, COVID's not going to be finished. COVID will always be there or thereabouts in the background. So there is no plans whatsoever to go back to signatures. The way we deliver now, I think, will be the way we deliver for the foreseeable future and long into the future. So no, there is no plans to return to signatures, handing your devices over, phones over to customers. Absolutely not. And it's something I have to be really honest. We will resist with everything we have because I just don't think it's appropriate. Not so much now because we've all switched onto our own phones. But again, COVID will always be there. I think it's just something we'll live with. So absolutely not. No plans whatsoever to go back to signatures as they were. As it is now will be for the foreseeable future. Go on, Susie, over to you, since you're going to read the questions.
All right, I'm just trying to pick some up. Holidays, there we go. Coming into the main holiday season at our DU, people are already having problems booking holidays. Too many people booked off. How many is too many? Okay, I'm going to be really honest. We've already had a meeting with the company to tell them that we will not accept any restriction on holidays being booked by self-employed couriers. Absolutely not. If you are being told or you've got evidence that is happening, please, and I mean everybody, and I see that from Pete West, not just Pete West, everybody, yeah, everybody right across the network. I want to know. Get that information to your national rep, because if it's happening, we can then go back to the company and challenge it again. Okay, and we will, right? So we need to know that information as fast as possible, because like you say, we're coming up to the main holiday season where I think children break up this week, I think. Not having children, I don't always follow that, but I'm sure I've heard it's this Friday. So we want people to be able to book holidays, certainly now into the back end of August, which I know a lot of people take off. So please, 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 if you are having problems booking your holidays off because too many people are off, we need to know. Literally, I don't care how many people respond, let us know. Get that information to your national rep. We will then be able to say, look, these people are having problems, and we'll go back and challenge it, because we have already challenged it once, and we've made it absolutely clear. I mean, it was Mickey who really took the company on with it in a meeting we had, and Mick was absolutely 110% clear. We're not accepting limitations. Okay, so if you have a problem, make sure your national rep knows. We need to know your name, your courier number, what DU you're at, when you were trying to book, and the one thing we would really, really be interested in, if you can take a screenshot of any refusal or any refusal that you get via email. Because I've had couriers come and say, oh, I got it, but I deleted it, so I didn't keep it. We need that information, because that is valuable evidence to go back and challenge the company with. So please, if you can do that, great. Any more, Susie? We'll just keep going back to masks a lot of the time. So we've got lucky if 30% of couriers wear masks at depot, but then also on the back of that, masks will no longer be mandatory, and it's down to personal responsibility. Now,
Right.
Hermes as a business can set their own rules, and if Hermes wishes to wear masks while we're on their premises or on a site collecting their parcels, that's their rule, and they can enforce it.
Right. Okay. We can look at it. Susie's absolutely right. I'm going to throw some of the things at you. Why would we not want to protect ourselves and others? Okay. Why would we not want to? Okay. Right. Now, just on that Susie said is quite correct. What we would have to look at, if Hermes introduced or carried on a rule, let's say the wearing of masks, we would actually have to look at it and see whether it was fair and reasonable. If we didn't believe it was fair and reasonable, the one thing we would do is challenge it. Okay, we would challenge it. On mask wearing, would you think it's sensible? Would you want us to challenge something that keeps our members safe? I don't think we would. As a trade union, could we even do that? No. Yeah, and Hermes do have the right. Look, at the end of the day, I've had people say, look, the government doesn't say we have to wear masks. Right, how about this? The government doesn't say you have to take a photograph when you deliver a parcel, but Hermes do, and you follow that instruction every day. It's only the same thing. If Hermes want you to wear a mask, and we're not saying they are, we have no confirmation of this whatsoever, but if Hermes are saying they want you to wear a mask, then you have to wear a mask. It's as simple as that. Like I say, up until certainly next week, you should be wearing one anyway. And if people want to let me know or let their national rep know, which I'll post all the emails to our national reps in a moment, let them know, and we will make sure that the CDM and the RDM and the DM for that region who cover that DU know. Okay, this is a matter about us all taking personal responsibility. Well, surely health and safety is a personal responsibility. So please, look, I know it's going to be a contentious issue. The thing is, what we need to do is keep each other safe. Okay.
Just on the back of that as well, we have to remember that the rules are different in Scotland, and mask wearing is remaining compulsory in Scotland.
Yep. The other thing is, it may be different in Northern Ireland and it may be different in Wales as well.
Yeah. Trying to find some more questions.
Right, just one from Paula on the holiday issue. Yes, I have absolutely said we are aware of limitations coming in, okay, and it will be first come, first served. We have absolutely now, because that's what the company told us, right? We're making no lies, no cover up here. The company have absolutely told us, because I asked personally, right, how a holiday is going to be done, and they said it's first come, first served. I don't think that's good enough. We are self-employed people. We have absolutely, and you can ask any of the other reps that were all in that meeting, we have absolutely said to the company, we will not at all accept any limitation. So please, if you've got evidence and if you've got some yourself, Paula, please let us know, because we will challenge this very hard. You know, we are not in an employed environment. We are self-employed, okay? There are going to be issues about getting cover. I realise that's not our problem. Yeah, we really are going to be hard on the company with this. And to be honest with you, Mick was a lot harder than I could be, because obviously he works for the GMB, but he was very clear. There could be serious legal implications in this. So please, if you've been refused your holiday, let us know. Okay, we will challenge Hermes. But if we have the evidence and we can go say, yeah, Paula Oliver has been refused her holiday for this reason, there's too many off, stop it. Okay, now just to absolutely clear this up, okay, and to make sure that I'm not covering anything up, there was, I think, Leicester DU had couriers absolutely refused. Now those couriers had booked a holiday, and then it had been subsequently turned down because there was too many people off. I absolutely challenged the company 100%, and those couriers had those holidays reinstated, okay, and got the time off appropriately and paid, and the rounds were covered. So I am not standing for it, and if I have to do it on an individual basis, I will. But I will also be challenging it nationally with the company. Okay, no ifs, no buts. And I've already done it, and I've already had holidays reinstated, and that was in our region, by the way, as well, Paula. Not far from where you are. It was in Leicester that actually happened. Carry on, Susie.
Should we talk about go outdoors? That seems to come up quite regularly.
Yeah, you too.
So, go outdoors are taping 2 heavy parcels together. Now, go outdoors are renowned for sending everything through as a packet.
Yeah.
Now, if you can send us evidence, I know myself to do it, but the more evidence we can get, weigh your parcels, send it in to us, we can challenge the company on it. We can't do it without any evidence.
Look, and again, people will say, we sent you loads of evidence. The problem is we need that evidence to keep coming in. And again, Peter Key and I think it's Kathy have done a fantastic job with the Facebook group, right? What we maybe need to do now is clear some of the old stuff out, because some of the old stuff is there just as historic evidence. We need the up-to-date evidence, okay? We have a meeting every Monday with Connor and Dan and the senior management team. You get us the evidence, we will take it there, okay? And by the way, those who have come to me and said we're annoyed about Vinted, that I have under investigation at the moment. I don't want to say too much on that because I want to progress it in the best way possible, but I will. Yeah, Vinted Pass not being read. Look, Lynn, I've already started the investigation. I've already partly took this to the company. I really don't want to say too much in case it scuppers what we're trying to do. Okay, it is very much on our radar. We are not letting this go, and we will be looking at this, because what is happening with Vinted, I don't believe is correct, and I do think it could be a breach of an agreement. That's all I can say at the moment. But please do not think we've forgotten. We have not. Okay, that is very much on our radar, and the investigation has already been taken to the company on that as well. Go on, Susie.
Okay, head over to the app now. So on the delivery app, our carried forward parcels, can these stay as grouped instead of having to then go back and ungroup them? That is something that we've also already raised, so that we don't actually have to go back and ungroup them. And the same with skeletons, because we can't group skeletons at the moment either. And that's something that we've raised last week, I think, and we've previously raised it a month ago. That is something that they're developing, and it's in the development stage on your HHT.
Yeah, because it is ridiculous. I've been to the door where I have 7 items from 7 different clients, and then you group them all, and then you got to go back and take individual photographs. I also see it as a safety issue. If we do not want to be on that doorstep any longer than we need to be, and on the property, COVID's not going away. So I really want this moving forward. As Susie said, it was actually Susie herself that took it to the company. Director Connor has promised us, and again we'll be pushing for those updates to be put through, because we really do need. And again, skeletons, I can't understand if we're putting the details in, or the details are coming off a barcode, why they won't allow us to group them. It's ridiculous. It's a really simple thing. And also thank you, Chris Brown, because I saw earlier on Chris Brown had put a post on that Mick has actually put the pay claim on the notice board, and I think Chris said he did it on the 22nd of last month. I presume it's last month, because we haven't got the 22nd this month. So thank you, Chris. Chris has confirmed that is on the notice board. Go, next one.
Next, Stephanie. Holidays, we should be allowed to book further than 90 days in advance. That is part of this year's pay claim.
Yeah, exactly. We absolutely agree with you, Stephanie. Yeah, I know for a fact that there's couriers who book a year in advance to get good deals on holidays. So why are we waiting for 90 days? It is very much part of this year's pay claim. And again, that is now sat with the company who are working through it. and we will update you all. It is something I personally, and this is only a personal feeling, I don't think it's something that the company would fight us too hard on. They may do for some odd reason, but I just think it helps the company as well and helps couriers. Why would you not want to have as much advance notice as you possibly can? It just seems a no-brainer to me. But again, some of these things were brought in during the SE Plus negotiations, which I'll hold my hand up. I was there. I was part of that negotiating team. We now need to look at them again. Again, like the single days, like we did last year. Some of these things need to be looked at again and moved on. And that is the way we designed the agreement, so it can be rediscussed and made better for each one of us. Okay, so that's what we do. But yes, that's part of the pay claim, as Susie said. And another one, then go on, Susie.
This one, we've not thought of this one. Why is letterbox not an option for grouping?
Well, yeah, again, fair enough. Fair comment. Yeah, not thought of it. I would guess that they would say you can't put a group through a letterbox, but then again, we can ask, or we'll take it to the company. It's as simple as that. I would suspect they could say that, well, how can you put a group of parcels through a letterbox? I don't know the answer. It is a simple answer to your question. I don't know. So what we'll do, it's on our list. Susie's just written it down.
I've just written it down.
To the company. Yeah, we'll take it to the company. In fact, no, this is what we're here for. We represent you, okay? We don't have all the answers, and I'm not going to say we do. But if we can help, we'll write it down, take it to the company. Sorry, I just swallowed all that. Any more, Susie?
I'm having a look.
Excellent. Can you photos not available? While Susie's looking for some, I'm just going to put this banner across because I do really want people and couriers to think about this, because I don't want couriers to lose their rounds. So again, I just want to reiterate that if you started being a courier 2017, 2018, 2019, please think seriously about moving over to SE Plus, because if you don't, I don't want you to lose your rounds, which you may well do. So any further questions, Susie?
There we go. The new ridiculous geofencing of not giving a parcel to a customer puts the courier in a confrontational situation with customers and possible assaults. What is the GMB's view on this?
Right, okay. The view is very simple. We do not want our couriers, our members, threatened, okay? At all, okay? But I've got to be really honest. I've seen it a lot on the WhatsApp groups. I've seen loads of people saying, "Oh, it's crap. I get it every day." Can I just stop everybody? Okay, this is not at all the same system. It is a completely different system, right? It's a completely redesign of the system. It's not a bodge. It's not an update. It's not trying to fix what the other one where you got loads of accept responsibility. Now, those that have used it, there are one or two, and I mean one or two, that have had problems. Now, I am actually going to hand off to Susie, because Susie is actually using it live now, and even has new builds. How do you find it, Susie? I
have had no problems at all with it. Even on the old system, my new builds would flag up as being 600-800 meters away. On the new system, not one of my new houses has flagged up a problem. I've never been locked out of Geo on the new system. The only issue I had, and it's something that we actually raised with the company yesterday, was the fact that I couldn't deliver due to restricted access. And I had to put my location about 200 meters down the road, and that has now put the house, it's now picked up the house that I'm supposed to deliver to and moved it 200 meters down the road for future deliveries. But that's something that we've raised with the company for them to look at before the next stage of the rollout. But general deliveries, I haven't had one issue. And I was part of the trial, and I'm part of the live. It's been rolled out in my area already. not one problem.
Look, if you have problems where you are getting a lot of ones where you can't deliver, right? We have been very careful working with Hermes with this, right? Okay. After each set, each depot or each area that goes live on it, it goes live for a week. Then it is paused to make sure that everybody's happy. There are no major problems. Right now, we are. I've asked Hermes to put a pause in now because of the issue Susie just raised, where if you genuinely can't get to the address, it flags up. Now they don't know whether you couldn't get there or the GPS is wrong, but they can't just move an address because, like the one Susie said, number 38 is now in a completely different road. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So we've raised it with the company. They didn't think of it, and to be honest, neither did we. We have now asked the company just to pause this to try and get it sorted before they move on again. So, we do not want couriers threatened. It is a totally different system, okay? And I have to be honest, of all the areas I know who've gone live, I haven't heard any noise. So if you are getting noise, if you are getting a lot of, when you've gone on the new system, a lot of out of areas, please let us know and we'll take it to the company. And it is the case that they are checked every day, okay? There are new people brought in just to deal with this, okay, to check all the ones that you couldn't deliver. It is absolutely, at the moment, minuscule, okay? And again, we all know what the WhatsApp groups are. If those WhatsApp groups and couriers were getting this day in, day out, those WhatsApp groups would light up. They haven't, okay? And that's not me covering for the company. It just hasn't happened. I have not received one email about it, okay? If I have, I will be very honest with you. I haven't, okay? I know one or two have had problems where they couldn't deliver, and that's fair enough, okay? It's not a perfect system, but it's a hell of a lot better than what it was, and the company have been very, very careful with this, that they are looking to make it as accurate as possible, okay? It's a whole new company supplying the data and backing the system up. So if you've got problems, please let us know, okay? Over to you, Susie.
Okay. Divert to parcel shop. Can't deliver to customer when they're home. Can we have shop or customer? To my mind, if they've diverted it to the parcel shop, it goes to the parcel shop.
That's the point. To the parcel shop.
You don't even bother going to the customer's house.
Nope, you don't even go to the customer's house. That goes straight to the parcel shop, and that goes for all diverts. We would not expect any courier to make 2 visits because that's 2 attempts. It goes straight to the diversion. Okay, now that diversion should be able to accept that parcel, okay, or it's carried forward. The parcel shop may be a long way from the customer's house. You go literally to the parcel shop. Now, again, if you're getting a problem where parcel shops are not accepting them, we need to know, okay? I know there was some when it first kicked in, and there was some not far away from me, out of Middlesbrough, that the parcel shop refused 1 or 2 couriers. I think, again, it was size-wise. I think now that's been addressed with all the parcel shops. So when you go, that parcel shop should absolutely accept that parcel. And can I be really truthful with you? I wish I had a parcel shop on my round, because the number of times your customers say to me, "Oh, can't you drop it at the local parcel shop?" No, I don't have one on my round, okay? Because this is round specific. If you haven't got a parcel shop on your round, you won't be asked to use it. I would love to go to the parcel shop. I have to be truthful and say, "Yeah, there you go. There's 40 parcels. That's 40 drops gone in one." Because that's, you educate your customers and talk to your customers. That's exactly what could happen. I don't have that facility because I've got a parcel shop. But believe you me, I wish I had one, because I would be talking to my customers, especially the ones that I have problems delivering to. Get it to your local parcel shop. It's a dead easy job for you. And by the way, the question that was being asked quite a few times, you are absolutely paid the full price for that delivery. We have one little snag that I'm now following up with the company, that the tracking doesn't seem to update. We have raised it with the company and I'm waiting for them to come back because it's not showing an end of life. We really need that in place and we need absolute guarantee. But as far as we know, you are paid for the delivery in full. Now, if we find out that's not the case, we will be fully challenging it and we will update you all to let you all know. Because at the end of the day, if they're not going to pay, we ain't taking them to the parcel shop. It's as simple as that. the company have to make sure we're paid correctly. I think it's just a tracking issue. That is all. But we are working on it, and we have raised it with the company. Just for those who I know, there's not many have raised it, but there's one or two couriers. So again, it's something to keep an eye on. Part of our job is making sure you know what to keep an eye on, and if it isn't working, come back to us and say thank you for telling us it isn't working. Can we have it sorted, please? That's what we're here for. Go on, Susie. Any more?
So going back to geo, this is something that you can probably empathise with. Rural addresses for new geofencing.
Okay, right. There will be. Right. Okay. There's a couple of issues with this geofencing. Okay. It depends where the geotag is placed on the property. Okay. Now, if you live in a townhouse, it's going to be fairly simple. It's going to be basically your front door. If you live on a farm, is it the entrance to the farm track 2 mile away? Is it the front of the building? It could be anywhere. Okay. Some rural rounds, right, will not be going on to this new geofencing till it's much more checked out and worked through. Okay. The other issue, and I certainly have this on my own because I do a rural round, I actually deliver, because I can't get access to a farm, I deliver 10 mile away to somewhere else. But again, I can't have that address moving 10 mile away because that wouldn't be right. So again, we are going to work through the company with that. And in those cases, if it's not working, the geo can be switched off for that one round straight away. Okay, so again, there's a lot of protections put in place, because the one thing we won't have is couriers wasting money. Okay, trailing all the way down a 2 mile track to find out I can't deliver the parcel. No, it's not going to happen. And just on that, by the way, if you have, like Susie, attempted to delivery and the geo locks you out, you are paid a wasted journey payment for that. So please, when we get to this next lot of invoices, can you all check that and make sure that you keep a tally of any that you haven't been able to deliver, because we will be expecting full payments for those. So it's almost like payment on attempt, but you will be getting the first attempt where you couldn't deliver on a wasted journey, then again the full delivery price when you can actually do it the following day. Not ideal, but like I say, these are minuscule, but those on rural rounds, some of the GPS, even now it's so far off. It is a better system, okay? And I know rural rounds have switched on to it and actually have reported that they have no out of areas when they used to get 20 or 30 parcels before. Again, I think it's rural round per rural round, but if there is an issue, you let your CDM know, and if they don't listen, you let us know, and we can have it discussed with the company, because they can actually switch it off very quickly. So you're not till they work through the problem. So please, those on rural rounds, don't worry. If it is a problem, let us know. But those I know who have switched on to rural rounds, and I've got some not far away from me who have actually switched on to it now, are absolutely saying there's no problem. And it's not that they're looking for it; they're just delivering the parcels and suddenly finding out, well, I don't know, I haven't had an accept responsibility today. No, because the new system is that good.
It works on a similar system to what 3 words, though, doesn't it?
It does. That's at the back of it.
To a better.
Yeah, they're literally 2 meter square.
Yeah.
That is why, and not just rural, just to try and explain it a bit more. Those who are going to blocks of flats, we had a courier who went into a block of flats, but the actual tag was at the entrance to the car park, which was quite a big car park. They then moved it, and then they had problems with the elevation. So what they've done, they can expand it even to cover more area. Once they've done that, this courier is away and blocks of flats. And I think, Susie, you have blocks of flats, don't you?
I've got about eight. I've got about 18 blocks of flats, hospital, schools, colleges, my 2 new builds, and apart from the one where I've had the restricted access because the road was being dug up, no problem at all.
No. So again, if you have the problems and you are a rural courier and you're facing a lot of non-delivers, again, Hermes will be looking at that, because they are looking at these every day, and there's people employed now just to do nothing else, just to do the geotags and make sure that it's all working correctly. And again, there's that inbuilt system where there's a pause, so we can look at it, we can go through it with Hermes and say, look, this round's having a problem, we need to know why. Till they work it out, it can be switched off. It's as simple as that. Okay. Okay, Susie, what else have we got?
Next. When is the 1 hour time slot ETA going live? Honest answer, we don't know. We don't have an answer yet.
I was just going to say, I can give you a very honest answer. I haven't a clue. Not a clue. Actually, on the back of that, because very, very odd logical thought, but yeah, this was part of the pay claim. Tell you what also was part of the pay claim was the star bonus. I just want to give you all of you an update on that, and I think there's a comms either out or coming out. What they're going to do at the moment, they're going to try and ease the star bonus into both customers and couriers. They are going to start emailing us our feedback, right? And before anybody asks, there is no action off the back of these emails. It is literally what your customers are saying about you, okay? So you've got an idea, right? Now, they're not going to change the bonuses at the moment and start the star bonus. What they are going to do is have a £50 bonus for the top courier out of each main depot, if I've explained that right. Yeah. So each main depot is like its own region. Each month there will be a top courier out of that depot that gets a £50 bonus. This is a precursor to the star bonus switching on, just so everybody has an idea of what customers are saying about your delivery, what they're looking at with your delivery. So you can maybe look at how you're doing things, or you maybe know you've got one awkward customer, whatever. So that's going to start shortly. So again, it's nothing to worry about. It is a precursor to the star bonus coming in, so everybody gets used to the feedback. There is no action to be taken on the back of this feedback. Excuse me. So if a customer suddenly says, "Well, you didn't look, you were untidy, you didn't speak very nicely, and you just dropped the parcel and went," that nobody's going to be coming after you saying, "Oh, you got an improvement notice." Absolutely not. So that's not going to happen. Okay. It is literally about a precursor to the bonus coming in, trying to get customers into the way of doing it, couriers receiving the feedback. But just as an extra incentive, there's a £50 bonus for the top courier out of each depot area. Okay. But again, coming back to the 1 hour time slots, I haven't got a clue. Again, we promise we will update you all either through the broadcast or on your WhatsApp groups or via email or via the notice board, or now even via our brand new Facebook page. We will make sure all that information goes on there so you can get up-to-date information at all times. But again, I've got to be honest, I would be lying if I said I knew. Okay, I will go back and ask, but I presume we don't actually want it pushing through. So sometimes keeping quiet,
say nothing.
Sometimes saying nothing is the best course of action. That's what we'll do. So the answer is we don't know. Go on, Susie.
There's a lot on calling cards, particular neighbours, as we know, with the digital calling cards. Neighbours' information isn't going to the customer. So they don't know. Right. Okay. Yeah. That is absolutely at the top of the list now for development. Yeah. We're hoping now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Susie. I think one of the last meetings that we had when Connor said this is imminent. I think it's imminent because it was either the middle to the end of July. Yes. If I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, no, that's right. So that is imminent. I mean, we're actually almost halfway through July now, so it could be the next week or so. Certainly by the end of July, they've promised us. That's what they've promised us. If we hear any more on that, we will let you know. If it's been delayed, we will let you know. That is the latest update on that, because I know a lot of you have raised it and we took it straight to the company. That should be in within the next couple of weeks. That when you will put the number in, and that number will be transferred to the customer via email to tell them you left it at number 10, 12, whatever. So yeah, we listened to what you said, and it's underway. That, and I say it's almost imminent. Okay. Go on, Susie. Any more? Another one. Always more. So, Mr. or Mrs. Facebook user, I've put a rate review in 3 times, 28 rural areas, and it's been refused 3 times.
Okay, right. Don't know where you are. Don't know who you are. If you want to get in touch with your national rep, or me or Susie, whichever's best for you. We'll have a look at that with you. How you've put in 3 times, because don't forget, once you've put in and it's been done,
you have to wait 6 months.
You have to wait 6 months. So I would guess some of those refusals are because you've already put one in and already one's already been done. If that's not the case, we can look at it with you, and you will get our support. And again, it may be if you saying it's 28 rural areas, which I don't quite understand that. But obviously I don't know you round. Come and talk to us. You remember that's what we're here for. So please come and talk to your national rep, talk to me and Susie. Look, and again, I don't want this to go mad, but what we're also trying to do now is we are 9 reps in 9 regions, right? And sometimes it's very hard for us to get around everybody. Okay, not hard, it's almost impossible. Okay, you get to see me and Susie on these monthly broadcasts and when we do special ones. At some point, I want all the reps on here so you can see them all. But what we try to do as well, and I know some of the couriers have done it with us, if you want to chat with us over something that might be complicated like this rate review, we'll actually do it on Zoom with you so you can actually see us and we can talk better if that helps couriers. Well, the one thing I would ask is please remember we work in couriers, so we literally cannot sit here all day. But certainly for some of the most complicated things, and sometimes we found that actually working through the complicated things is easier doing it on Zoom so we can see each other, and one question leads to another 10. So we're also trying to do that a little bit more. Me and Susie, and I'm going to have a chat with the other reps, looked at maybe setting up certain times of the week where we maybe had a clinic or something where you can all just log in just for maximum of a couple of minutes, talk to us. Like this a little bit. We're working on it. We have actually done some Zoom meetings with couriers, so don't be surprised if we ask you. It's something we're looking at developing, just to try and make it easier for you, the members, to contact us and talk to us. Because sometimes over the phone is okay. Sometimes it's just nice to see people when we're talking to them. So that's in development as well. So don't forget we are fairly new at this. As regards it being a national committee and reps. So we are working hard, like with the Facebook page, the new broadcast that we're doing regularly now. We are moving things forward. But certainly if that user wants to get in touch with us, please do so. We can talk to you on Zoom and try and work something out and give you some support on that. That's the best I can do without sort of a lot more information.
And on the back of that, oh no, that's the one I want. From Natalie, if she puts in a rate review, can they reduce her rates?
Right, straight and simple. If you are an SE Plus courier who was an SE Plus courier before the anniversary date of June the 9th last year, the answer is no. Can I just say to you all, now you have to accept the, if you put in for a rate review, you have to accept it. So if they drop your rate, you just don't accept it. You just say no. Okay? It's as simple as that. The one thing I would say, and I know 1 or 2 couriers have come to us with problems about rate reviews, don't forget, if you change your rounds or your rounds change significantly, the company then can instigate a rate review. And some couriers have had that recently and come and said, oh no, nobody's protected if you change the work you do. And that is only fair and reasonable. Okay. But again, we are here for advice. Speak to your national rep. If you think you are not being paid enough for the new round, please speak to your national rep and they can support you. If not, speak to me and Susie. We've done quite a bit with couriers, as have all the other reps, advising them on rate reviews. And I'm not saying we've won every time. Sometimes it's about reducing the loss as well, which we've also done. Okay. I've got to be honest, we as a national committee and Mick, can I be honest? We just want to see the end of these rate cuts. Why would couriers offer themselves up to get a rate review, to get a rate cut? Which, let's face it, there's not one in the network, not one of us in the network that wouldn't worry on that. I really do feel where you're coming from, Natalie. But the point is, put your rate review in if that's what you want to do. Talk to us. If you don't get an increase, if you get a cut offered, refuse it. Speak to your local rep, and we'll advise you. Not a problem. That's what we're here for. And like I say, we have had some success in, and can I be honest with you, we've even had success in advising lifestyle couriers. Because that's the other accusation, that we don't support lifestyle couriers. We can't negotiate for them, but we would certainly give them advice, and I've done so with a few lifestyle couriers, and saved them some chunk of money. I will be honest. Okay, I use for my rate review. Check my data. They're only going off what's on the system. Can you get in touch with us, Paul? Because I'm not. I've got to be really truthful. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. They won't accept my data. When you say your data, are you talking about your calculations? Right now, if your calculations are way out from the system, or the system's way out, they don't match massively, then we need to challenge that through a proper negotiation. And just so you all know, we are pushing forward with the audit for this year. So we are going to audit the model and make sure it works. So that will also come into it. Let me have all the details, Paul, or your national rep, whichever is more comfortable for you. And let's see your data and see how it matches theirs. Because if they're saying you're doing 5 miles and you say to me, well, look, there you go, there's my mileage, I do 50, we have a problem, and we can speak to the company with you and say, add on, this is not right. Where are you getting your data from? And we have a right to see where the data is coming from and what the data says. That's very important. Okay, any more, Susie?
Yeah, you just touched on, you said the word audit. A while ago, we asked for 200 volunteers. That was for the audit. That's currently in with the company, and we're waiting for the data to come back off them.
Yeah, which we actually raised again on Monday. It shouldn't be long, and then we will, a group from the National Committee will be selected to go and sit with the company and literally go through everyone that volunteered. We won't know who you are, because you will just be a courier number to us. We won't, but sit and check everybody's data that it actually works. We're not just going to accept the company going, oh yeah, it works. Yeah, they're all on £43 an hour. No. We will be going through it with a fine-tooth comb. And bearing in mind, we are very lucky because Susie, in a previous life, was an accountant. So when Susie goes through figures, it's just what she does. Makes my head hurt. So Susie will be leading on that when we get the data back. But no, that's what the volunteers are for. And thank you to everyone that volunteered as well. It's not about you getting rate cuts, because the company already know what you're earning. We just want to make sure that the model they use works out your pay correctly. And even though it's 200 volunteers, it will apply right across the network. If we spot a problem with that model, we will be raising it direct with the company. So I presume Susie's read something, because she's smiling away there. Go on, Susie. What's right? Okay. Yeah, she is actually. Yeah, she's. And can I be honest with you? Susie's maths brain was absolutely vital in the last pay claim, because everybody says, oh, the packets will put up. The company were going to put the packet up to 2K, right? We got them right down to 1.4. We negotiated them down, not up. And had Susie not had all that mathematical slant on things, it maybe would have been a lot worse than what it was. We negotiated them down and made sure basically it was almost cost neutral. And please do not think that the pay claim is as a result of an increased package. There are lots of other factors, like the fact that they can't actually band them correctly. I personally think the model really needs a good look at. I've been waiting a long time to get this audit and to have a chance to have a real in-depth look at the model. And Mick will back that up because I've been champing at the bit for a long time. But we made an agreement that we wouldn't touch it for 2 years. That 2 years is over. It's up for grabs now, and I really want to get in and have a look at the model. And that's why the 200 volunteers were absolutely vital in coming forward. And thank you very much. We will be going through the data very shortly. Okay, Susie, where are we up to?
Large courier business contract.
Okay, we are pushing for this. Now, we were told that possibly by the end of July, that contract will be ready for us to have a look at and certainly be looked at by those who are serving more than 4 rounds. Okay, can we put that on for Monday's agenda, Susie? We haven't heard back recently, so no, you're right. We will go and look at it and ask again. We were assured that it was ongoing, and that would be pushed forward through July. Like I say, we're nearly halfway through July, so no, we will go and we will come back to you. We'll put it on the WhatsApp groups, because I know that does affect a lot of people. And again, it's only right that it's done properly, and those couriers that are serving more than 4 rounds feel secure going forward, and know exactly the lie of the land and what their payments are going to be, and so we will chase that again for you. Not a problem. There's just one I wanted to have a look at, Susie.
Go on.
Right,
see whether it's the same one. That's the one I was going to do next.
Right. Solus Couriers, right. We are going to be very honest with you here. Solus Couriers want they're going. Okay. They want every courier in a depot. Okay. Now, it's complicated. I would want, and I will be fighting for, if you are going to be doing extra mileage, you should be compensated correctly. Okay. No ifs, no buts. Now, there's a few things to this. One, if you know your depot is closing, you've been told, let us know, right? Okay, because I was told by an RDM that no, we'll let them settle in for 2 weeks, and then we'll look at the rates. No, why? Why should you be not paid for the first 2 weeks correctly? So I personally took that to Connor. Connor said, no, it should be done before you move. So if you are moving and you know you're moving, let us know, and we will make sure that you have had a rate review and an earnings analysis on the new move. Yeah. So if your rate needs to go up, it needs to go up before you move, not a month or 2 months after you move. So please let your national rep know in your area. Please, because if we don't know, we can't get ahead of it. Secondly, the pay claim. I think some of the things in the pay claim, we'll also be looking at this about the miles we travel and when we start work, etc. Just as it is, okay. And again, all tied in with the late payments and whatever that we're looking at through the pay claim this year. But again, we will be looking to support any courier that's moving. The company have been quite honest; they want Solus couriers gone. And into a depot, and that includes people like me. I'm still Solus, so I will be on the move at some point into a depot. That's fine. That's as it is. But we will make sure, and we will be fighting tooth and nail, that those couriers who are moving and doing a lot of extra miles will be compensated correctly. It's not right that you aren't. But again, we really need to know the specifics, because in all fairness, some couriers have come to me and said, I'm not getting a rate increase. When we've actually looked, they're actually going to be closer to their round or closer to home. So that's a little bit harder to fight. But I know there are couriers. There's one straight away. Our depot closed. I'm now doing 18 miles. Look, I would like to think that we all had parcels round the corner in the depot. It's not going to happen. Okay. What I'm being asked there is, or what we've been asked is, I'm now doing 18 miles to a new depot. Is that acceptable? Can I be honest with you? And I know you're not going to like what I'm going to say. Yes, it is acceptable. We are self-employed, right? Okay. We do not have a real fixed base. Okay. We have to go where the work is. Okay. So look, if it means we travel 18 miles to a depot, if that's what you still want to do, It's a personal choice. I know couriers have said, look, I don't want to travel 18 miles. I don't want to travel 10 miles, so I'm leaving. Okay. Some of us can't afford to do that, so we'll travel the 18 miles. Okay. What is important is if we're doing that, then we should be compensated correctly. Okay. Because, originally it was 7 mile and it's crept up and up and up. I think we really have to challenge the company. But again, nobody's coming forward much. I think I've had about 2 or 3 emails on this since our last broadcast. So if you are affected, and again, if you're affected by anything we've talked about tonight, be it travelling 18 miles to a new sub, not being compensated, not having holidays, packets that you see coming through, we are here for you. Please let us know. Okay, we will challenge the company. We do not sit idle. We challenge the company every week. Okay, right. The vintage stuff, I've already that started on Monday, challenging the company. We are not sat here. Sometimes we don't always get an answer as fast as we'd like. We'd like to have one meeting and an answer for you all straight away. Sadly, sometimes it doesn't work like that. Doesn't mean we've ignored it. And now we have a Facebook page. We can give you sort of almost running updates if that would be better for you, saying that we've addressed it. That Facebook user, who I don't know who you are, again, please get in touch with your national rep. We can talk to you. We can have a look at have you been compensated correctly, what's been done. I know Emma, our rep from the southern region, she has had ever so many couriers she's hauled up couriers in front of the DM and said, I want an earnings analysis. And I do believe some had a 5% put back on that they've been took off. Some had a 3p increase. That's Emma doing her job and representing her couriers. But she can only do that, as can Susie, me, Barry, Steve, all of us, Bob, Angela, Tracy, our new rep in Birmingham and West Midlands. We can only do it if you tell us. Yeah. What happens if we cannot get all?
Unfortunately, you have to go back.
Right, but again, if you have to go back, you should be receiving a return to journey payment. And again, let me clear this up right now. I have seen on one of the WhatsApp groups today, and I can't remember which one, that they have been told, we're not doing them anymore. Absolute, total and utter, 24 karat gold rubbish. Okay, return to journey payments are in, right, and they are staying in as far as I'm aware. They have not been stopped. Again, log them with your CDN, but log them in a way we can prove them. Send them a text. Send them an email. I would say text probably quicker, because now if that's not paid, we need to know. Yeah, it's so important, because look, we're not saying it's a perfect payment, but it's a payment, and we're not going to have you not paid. Okay. And by the way, it applies to multi-round holders. The only people it doesn't apply to is soulless couriers. Okay. So yeah, we have to take it on the chin, but that's as it is. Shortly we'll be all in depots anyway. But no, and by the way, if you have a vehicle or you have a lot of large parcels and you have to come back twice, you are paid twice for the return journey. Okay. Yeah. Again, I would like to see it where everybody goes to depot and doesn't have to come back. We all know what volumes are like. We all know that we can never guarantee the size of the parcels. It's the return journey payment's the best we have at the moment. Okay, but no, you would have to go back to the depot. But please make sure you claim the payment. Okay, because people haven't been paid these return to journey payments, and some of them now are huge amounts of money. Okay, I was shocked with some of the ones I saw coming through. And can I be honest with you? So were some of the DMs. Bob Law, our rep in Scotland, took quite a chunk of his members who hadn't been paid across his region to the RDCF, and there was some managers where we were fanning them down and watching them go white when they found out the amounts. It was serious money, and it's your money. You've done the return journeys. We want you paid. So again, off the back of that, let us know. Okay. Sorry, Susie, carry on.
I had one before and it's disappeared.
Okay, let's have a look. Right, while Susie's looking at that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share a slide with you, because I do want you all to be able to contact your local reps and your own national reps. So just while Susie's looking for that, I'm going to share all the email addresses of all our national reps, so you know who to contact. So while that's sharing, I think we sort of didn't realise the time. It's almost 8 o'clock. We said we would finish at 7:30. We will be quicker tonight, but obviously not to be. But again, we want to spend as much time as we can answering your questions. Take note of the email address. I will, if we want, I'll post these on all the WhatsApp groups. The rep for your region, so you can contact them. Just a point, there are some email addresses that are changing now because our newer reps are now moving on to activist emails. It sometimes helps the rep because we can keep all the Hermes stuff away from our private, but we can feed back a lot quicker. I still have people using my private one, so if you can use my activist one, that is now predominantly the place I look for anything to do with couriers. I'll be honest with you, there was a courier who emailed me on my private one and I completely missed because my private one seems to get filled with junk basically. I'll be honest with you, I spend more time on my activist one. So we will look to that and we will post all the new email addresses so you can all see them. Did you find your last few questions then, Susie?
There we go. What's been said about small rounds taken off people as they're not cost efficient?
I asked Connor this outright because I know Emma had some problems down in the south and I think there was a rumour going round where it came out of the south, and again I think it was in other regions where rounds couldn't be any less than, well, I think we had 80, 75. It's not the case. But look, the rounds still have to be viable, okay? We've had rounds that have been merged back together, because I had a round the other day there that was doing 15 parcels. That's not viable as a round, okay? And again, I know they will be split again for peak. They maybe have to be split in another way. And we're coming off the back of all the COVID and the absolute mayhem for deliveries that caused, and rounds were split, maybe not in the best way. So some of the rounds are being looked at, but they should not be taken off people, okay? If you've had that problem, get in touch with us, or you fear that may be a problem, or your CDM has said, oh, you're going to be losing your work, let us know, because we can look at it. I've looked at a few recently where rounds have been merged and they just haven't been done right, and given the wrong courier or postcodes transferred onto another round that didn't want them, but the courier that's lost them wanted them. It's just sensible, really. So if you are worried about that, please let us know, okay? And I will do well, not just me or Susie, but all the national reps, because they are all as active as we are. They are there. They are there to support you. They work very, very hard, and I mean very hard. Yeah, you will not believe the hours that some of the reps put in just to make sure that everything's right. Okay, and I'll be honest with you, I think we've got an absolute cracking set of reps as our national committee, and they work very hard for you. And again, if you have any problems, contact your national rep first. You can't get all of them because look, they are couriers, like the rest of us. They can't always get you an answer in 10 minutes. You have to bear with us. We've had people ring at 7:30 on the morning, and we haven't answered a call. And to be truthful with you, 7:30 on the morning, I may still be in bed. I'm going to be really truthful. I've had a courier ring me at 5:30. I know Susie's had people ring her at 5 o'clock and say, you didn't answer my call. Too right, we didn't. Bear with us. Also, if you can't get hold of us, you can also contact your local organizer through your own local office. The number will be on your membership card. The reason I say please bear with us, we're one rep per region. We are doing our best, and we're collecting all the information. And on that, don't forget, Friday, I want all the information on the DUs, opening times. But going back to Mark, if you want to let us know, Mark, or you've had your round taken off you, or you're worried about it going, your CDM has spoken to you and said it might be going, please get hold of either myself, Susie, or your own national rep, because I'm not quite sure where you're from. Get hold of your rep. We're all there to support each other, and we will work. We like I say, we now have a weekly meeting. We will take those problems and challenge them either at the RDCF. If we get no answer there, they will go to one of our Monday meetings, and we'll try and get it sorted. Where people, we do not want couriers losing work, but it may be a case of where couriers do have to share rounds. I'll just put this up from. There we go. Stuart Perry, one of the organisers from Birmingham. And can I be honest with you, Stuart's always there. Steve Garlick from London region, worked with us a lot. Colin Wyatt from my own region, Midlands. Steve Bowden from Susie's. These people are all there if you can't get to us. Sue Wood and all the organisers out of Barry's region, where Yorkshire and North Derbyshire. We are all there. We're there for you. So please let us have the information. We can only act on what information we get. One last question then, Susie, because I think we're over 8 o'clock already. So one last question.
One last question. This
if
one.
You can find one. Go on then.
Oh, you'll like this one.
Right. Okay. What we're doing, we've got the protection back in for the pay claim this year. So can I be honest with you? We've gone one step further in the pay claim this year. We just don't want rate cuts. The company will come back and talk to us about that, I'm sure. But we don't want rate cuts anymore. I think it's ridiculous. I think rate cuts now should be stopped completely. So no, we are looking to put protections in, and look, at the very minimum, we would want them protected to the next pay claim. I am hoping we can really, really talk to the company on this one and just stop pay cuts. Again, if rounds change, you're on a rural, and I've had somebody who's had a rural round, wants to scale down, and now is only doing a town round. His rate changed. Got to be honest with you, that's only fair. Okay. But no, we are looking to not have any rate cuts in February 2022. We just want rate cuts stopped. Why would a union, the third biggest trade union in the country, why would we want to allow rate cuts to continue? We don't. We want them stopped. It's ridiculous. So no, all being well, there will be no pay cuts because it's part of the pay claim. We want the protections in there because we want the protections for every one of us. Yeah.
That's the same person.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can your CDM tell us what the lottery numbers are? Because obviously that CDM, that's a crystal ball. Yeah. Well, again, this is CDMs who. Can I be honest with you? Things might be totally different in February. We have a new pay claim going in. Can I be honest with you? My advice: just ignore the CDM. Okay. You will be kept up to date on what's happening with the pay claim. If that CDM wants to give us the lottery numbers because you can see that far in advance, I'd be very grateful. So just if you get the lottery numbers, just share them on your WhatsApp group. We'll all have a share. Okay. Right. I think we've come to the end for tonight. I hope we've addressed most of your questions. Some of your questions. What we will try and do, and I'm only going to say try, we will have a read through of all these comments, pick out the questions that we know we didn't answer, and we'll try and answer them now on our own Facebook page, which is another way. I'll be having a chat with the reps after this because we've now got a reps meeting to go to. So I'll have a chat with the reps. We can now, some of the reps may come in and answer on the Facebook page. We'll have a look. We will try and get the answers to as many questions as we can, because at the end of the day, we want you to be, as much up to date and know what's going on. Okay. And sometimes we don't know, like there's some of the questions tonight cropped up that we don't know, but we are working very hard. And that's not just us trying to sell ourselves. We are working hard because don't forget, whatever happens to you happens to us as well. So, we're all in this together. And I think that's what we've got to remember. We're all in this together. So you getting us the information, keeping us up to date on what's happening in your DU, with your CDM, with your rate cut, with your round, we can then go and challenge the company on your behalf and represent you in the best way possible. Okay? So what I'm going to say, I think, for tonight is good night to everyone. Thank you for your time tonight. And we will be back. I don't think we're going to have one in August, because I think everybody will be on holiday, and there's lots of holidays happening. And again, I think that was one of the questions about we are hitting the peak of holiday season. So I think you will see us all again in September. If that changes, we will let you know. Okay. If anything major happens, we can always let everybody know that we'll do a special one. As it's planned, our normal second Tuesday will not happen in August. We'll give everybody a break over the summer, and we will be back in September. So from me, it's good night, and thank you for your time. Susie?
And it's good night from me as well. And don't forget the DU information on Friday.
Friday, we want it. Time it should open, time it did open, and the name of the DU. Then we will challenge as hard as we can. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
And stay safe.
Sunrise until sunset, and dusk until dawn. Every minute of every hour of every day. On the front line, it's key workers keeping our country moving, putting themselves at risk to keep others safe, for the vulnerable, for the sick, for the young and the old. We rise to the challenge. We care, we protect, we help, we fix, we deliver for everyone. We will get through this, and it's thanks to our key workers. We're proud to represent heroes, and not all heroes wear capes. Key workers deserve recognition, protection and support. Get us on your side. Join us today.